Today I'm going to Sri Vrindavan and visit Cira Ghat, and we will hear about a very particular pastime that is the vasta Harana lila, which is happening almost right now, or actually tomorrow, almost at the same time. This is actually a place where we get a chance with Vajayanti to spend the entire Kartik month in Cira Ghat. And yeah, it was a very beautiful experience, very beautiful connection with the Yamuna. And we are happy to share all of that with you today. Uh, One more small reminding about our program called Living in Braj. It is actually there to help us absorb our consciousness into the Holy Dham and into remembering Radha and Krishna. Therefore, we are trying to engage our mind very much by offering obeisances in the mind, by taking bath in the mind. We do many things and recollecting the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in our minds. So Cira Ghat is situated in the northeast, oops, okay, in the northeast part of Vraja Dham, and it's actually very remote place and very, very beautiful. We were spending one Kartik month there, one full month to be close to Yamuna Devi, and I think our relationship with Yamuna has taken an amazing place in our heart since that time. Yamuna is also the gatekeeper of one of the gatekeeper of Sri Vrindavan Dham, so she has the ability today to give us a deeper entering into the eternal spiritual dimension of this place of Cira Ghat, and hopefully to open the door also for us to enter into the dimension of the pastime. So like we usually do in our Living in Braj, we have today a principle of pilgrimage, which is let go and detached. And this is, we will see in this pastime that Krishna is demanding everything to the gopis. He's stealing their clothes and he's ready to steal everything. So this is actually when we go on pilgrimage that we need to learn to let go of our material identity, of being a controller, of being an enjoyer, let go of our material desires, let go of our worries, our attachments. So this is Krishna is the best of the thief, and when he comes to steal from us, we should learn to let go and detach from all those material things that are actually keeping us suffering in this material world. So we will start by offering our obeisances. We will also do that into the mind. We will fall flat into the dust of Sri Vrindavan Dham, and we will pray to the spiritual master. We will pray to Yamuna Devi so that we can enter deep into Sri Vrindavan Dham today. And before we do that, we can take a screenshot or observe nicely this picture. And when you take this picture deeply into your inner consciousness, you can close your eyes, and in your mind's eyes, you can fall flat, soft, just sand of Yamuna Devi, and there you offer your prayers. You can hear the sounds of the parrots around you and smell the very sweet fragrance of Sri Yamuna. on your eyes. And now we will have a little time for a slideshow where we will where I am here. Here, okay. So now we will have a little slideshow of the beautiful place of Cira Ghat, and after that we will enter into the pastime of Krishna stealing the clothes of the gopis. In this slideshow you will see mainly pictures of the Yamuna, but you will also see the picture of the sadhu who was taking care of the temple of Katyayani, Shyam Sharan Baba, and there will be also a picture of Katyayani Devi. Okay, so we will start now. Please take as much picture as you can. Try to be really there and feel the energy, the atmosphere of Cira Ghat. Hare Krishna. So we hope you were able to look at those beautiful pictures and take of the energy of Sri Yamuna. And now we will go into the pastime of Krishna stealing the clothes of the gopis. I will tell a part of the pastime in the beginning, and then after that we will have a reading that we will do together. And it will be nice that we have it with different speakers or different readers. And maybe we could check now, because we will need a narrator, we will need Krishna, and we will need 4 gopis. And I see Banu Nandini is an excellent reader. Banu Nandini, will you be able to read the narrator?
Sure, very much so. Yes.
Okay, great. And maybe we could ask, so now, let's see, maybe I will do Krishna, if you agree. And then maybe we could have Ayatakshi having Gopi 1. Is it okay, Ayatakshi?
Very happy, very happy.
Okay, and then maybe we could ask Gopi 2. Let me, I see your legal name, but I cannot remember. Now I have a blank. What is that? We forgot your name. Manhertz is the legal name. Sorry for forgetting your name like this.
Krishnalaya.
Yeah, Krishnalaya.
Sorry.
No problem. Can you do the Gopi 2?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then I think we have Nupur. Maybe could do Gopi 3. And
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Gopi 3 is okay? Uh,
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
okay, great. And then I know that Purnamasi is traveling, so might not be able to do the reading. And Yelena might not be super easy with English. We have Divya Kishori. Maybe Divya Kishori, you can do the Gopi 3. The 4. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I think the best might be that I will say the first part of the pastime myself. And let's see, Aman, are you comfortable in reading English?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then maybe you can read Krishna,
Yes, Prabhuji.
the script. So I will just tell the first part of the pastime myself, and then I will share the screen with the script, and then we can all read our part and try to enter deeply into this pastime. So this lila show how Krishna will bring his devotee into a great and sometimes even unbearable difficulties to actually test the devotee's determination and their desire to achieve the highest goal of Krishna Prema. But the test is also to become naked in front of God without designations, without pride, and without falsity. So the young girls, the young Kumaris, they had a desire to marry Krishna since ever. And they had tried many things to be able to have Krishna as their husband. They prayed to many deities, but it has been always unsuccessful. That now they were disappointed. They were wandering in Braj, their bodies pale and thin, and they were crying in each other's arms. When Vrinda Devi saw their pitiful condition, she came to them and she gave them a process on how they could attain Krishna as husband, which is called the Katyayani Vrata. And now that the gopis got this authorized process, they started to practice it and their love blossomed like a flower. Vrinda assured them, with this process, no doubt you will reach their goal. Seeing how the gopis were now trying to do the Katyayani Vrata, the parents tried to discourage them, but this was just increasing their intensity and the determination of the girl. So the vow was very demanding. they will not apply any oil on their bodies. They would eat khichdi without salt and spices only once a day. They will rise before dawn. They will go and take bath to the Yamuna, which at this period of the year is very, very, very cold. So in the morning, they will call each other by name. They will take each other's hands and they will walk toward the Yamunas. First, their anchor bells we will hear only the sound of their anchor bells, but then they will start to sing songs. And Vajanti will read you a little bit about this song.
Oh, friend, Krishna will marry you. Nanda Maharaj will spread the joyful news everywhere. Your mother and father will distribute wealth to everyone. Clever Krishna will fuel your love with jokes he sends through friends, jokes that make you sublimely angry. Krishna will arrive at your home, riding a brightly decorated bullock cart, dressed in his best finery. Oh, friend, when you hear the sound of Krishna arriving outside the house, your heart will be agitated. And when he knocks on your door, won't you faint in bliss? I'm certain you will. As you stand before Krishna, you will tremble in ecstasy. As your father pours water to join your hand with Krishna's, no one but the Lord will know the great happiness in your heart.
So every morning, as they will walk, they will sing songs like this one. They will not sing, I will marry Krishna. They will say, you will marry Krishna. So the Yamuna was so cold that steam was there and fog. And then they will recite Krishna's name with trembling lips. Taking pity on them, the sun will warm them up. Even though their bodies were emaciated with red eyes because of lack of sleep, and they were shivering in the cold water, their ecstasy was visible in the radiance of their complexion. The most artistic girl will make a deity. Other girl will decorate the deity, offering flowers and leaves, and then they sat down in deep meditation, chanting a special mantra.
O Goddess Katyayani, O great potency of the Lord, O possessor of great mystic power, and mighty controller of all, please make the son of Nanda Maharaj my husband. Please, I offer my obeisances unto you.
Even though the Kumaris were very playful in their worship of Katyayani, when actually the moment of worship was there, they were extremely absorbed. Seeing that, Katyayani was amazed. At the end of the worship, they will dissolve the deity, and the next day they will start the process again. Now, one night before the completion of their Vraja, Katyayani appeared in the dream of the gopis.
I am very pleased. Very soon you will attain Krishna's company.
And on the last day, when they went to do their final worship, they were all wondering, how will Katyayani fulfill our desire to have Krishna as a husband? So now I will share with you the screen. It's the text, and we can continue the reading. Alors, I hope everyone remembers who is copy 1, who is copy 2. We have for sure Nupur, copy 3, and Divya, Kishori, number 4. We have Krishnalaya, number 2, and Ayatakshi, number 1. We have Aman as Krishna and Banunandini as narrator. I will just put a little background music. then let us start and let us absorb our consciousness in the pastime.
Is it the background music a little softer, maybe?
I can put it softer, yes.
Just a little soft. I hear it too loud. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, secretly and unseen, Krishna arrived amid the gopis. He wanted to award the gopis the fruit of their endeavor and at the same time relish a playful pastime. Thus Krishna, who is the color of a new monsoon cloud, who attracts the gopis and who is attracted to the gopis, who always befriends his devotees and who gives happiness to all but never inflicts pain on anyone. He prepared to enact his pastimes. Krishna tied his hair under his turban, pulled up his cloth, and quieted his ankle bells. With a glaring look, he silenced the silly talking of his young friends. Then Krishna crouched down and cast a few furtive glances while smiling mischievously. Although Krishna is an unfathomable reservoir of steadiness and all other good qualities, he often displays a unique type of fickleness. Adopting the mood of a thief, Krishna arrogantly snatched the gopis' clothes and slung them over his shoulder. After hushing up his little friends, he quickly climbed to the top of a kadamba tree. Sitting on a branch, he glanced toward the gopis and listened to their talks. At that time, the young gopis, who are praised even by the goddess of fortune, desired to stop bathing. Not seeing their clothes on the bank of the river, they thought with surprise,
"Who stole our gift? There's no one here except the roof of the sun. The bags there, only the footprints of some. Perhaps the devatas have hidden our cloth somewhere. Because when they visit, they do not touch the earth, nor leave any footprints."
the gopis looked fearfully here and there while arguing over the various possibilities. The waves of their sidelong glances skimmed across the surface of the Yamuna. They scanned all directions with their wide blue eyes that resembled the petals of a blue lotus. Their unparalleled beauty astounded the whole universe. Not finding their clothes, they submerged in an ocean of sorrow. Seeing their plight, the young prince of Vrindavan, who removes the sadness of the world, assumed a splendid aura of beauty as he sat on the Kadamba tree. His natural effulgence easily eclipsed the radiance of the sun. While smiling at his young Gopa friends, Krishna joked with the gopis in a sweet, clear voice, soaked in a nectar unknown even in the heavenly planets.
Oh, young girls, you should not be so disturbed by this. I have stolen your pure sparkling garments just to attract your mind and relish some pleasurable pastimes. Using your pearl necklace as an offering, give up your pride and come here alone or come all together to get your clothes.
The fruit on the vine of the Katyayani Vrat, which is difficult for others to attain, had now spontaneously ripened for the gopis. Drinking the words flowing from Krishna's mouth, which indicated his greed for them, the gopis savored a stream of rasa-filled nectar. They saw it as an exclusive gift awarded to them on the auspicious completion of their vrat. In this way, the gopis overcame the fatigue from executing their austere vow. Lowering their eyelids in shyness, the gopis cast sidelong glances to reprimand that expert thief who fulfills all desires. Their extreme joy forcefully propelled them to Krishna, yet simultaneously filled them with confusion. In this state of bewilderment, they ignored the coldness of the water and submerged themselves up to their necks. They stood silently, without yielding to Krishna's demand. Those young girls with gleaming teeth and bashful faces thought that Krishna might not keep his promise to return their clothes. Whispering among themselves, one gopi said,
Why not talk to him and defeat him with your clever words?
Being controlled by Yoga Maya, none of the gopis could respond to Krishna's request to collect their clothes. In their silence, the faces of the gopis, encircled by dark blue locks of hair, looked like rows of half-open lotuses surrounded by quiet bumblebees. What charm they added to the bank of the Yamuna! For a long time, the gopis deliberately refused to answer or look toward the Kadamba tree. Giving up their shyness, they finally spoke in such a way to show their disgust with Krishna's naughty behavior.
Are you not the respectable son of the great king of Vrindavan, who instructs everyone in proper behavior? Are you not the all-attractive ocean of good qualities, full of waves of compassion? Are you not the one who distributes wonderful auspiciousness on the earth with the beauty of your body? Are you not the personified bliss of Vrindavan, illuminating the eyes of everyone with your effulgent limbs? Are you not the remover of ignorance?
How could you have suddenly performed such an unjust and abominable act? You should not do such things because you are most worshipable entity and the benefactor of the world. So why have you done the atrocious act? We deserve your mercy after having executed such difficult austerity.
Why did you steal our splendid garments needed for our vrata? Is this your idea of fun? It will not do you any good, but rather it will make you infamous. You should follow the path of honor and not be unfair. Now return our clothes and maintain your spotless fame.
Affected by their plead and shyness, Krishna said,
O lotus-eyed girls, I am not a skillful speaker who is prone to lying. It is well known that my nectarian words are always true. Even in joking, I do not conceal the all auspicious truth. It is not proper to joke, especially with ladies like you who are practicing vratas. When I said, come and take your beautiful clothes, I was not telling a lie.
and the gopis answered,
Oh, one who removes intense pain and destroys religion. Why are you deviating from the path of dharma? Even jokingly, a good person never says such things. O deliverer of Gajendra, you are famous for being naturally merciful. But why are you not showing one drop of mercy towards us? Why can't you sympathize with our suffering?
You are not considering how to remove the confusion within our intelligence as we stand here up to our necks in ice cold water. It is the nature of village girls that we would rather drown in the Yamuna than stand naked before you who are afflicting us. We fully understand the inner meaning of your words.
Deliverer of harsh words, please stop speaking. Oh, clever joker. Do not deliver the tempted us with your goods. We offer repentance to your feet. Let us speak louder than words.
O one whose face befits the luster of the autumn moon, we are your servants, and we will obey uh, whatever order you give to test our minds. Now give back our dresses by passing them to your trustworthy young friends.
One after the other, the gopis tried to pacify Krishna with these words. Then another gopi spoke. Her voice sounded more pleasing than a cuckoo. Although she spoke with the courage of an infantry commander, the vibration of her voice contained an undeniable attraction for Krishna. She said,
It is difficult, but we must stick to the path of dharma. The young girls of Vrindavan have never before been spoiled by such wild behavior. Over status of injustice. How are such abominable acts going on in the village of Vrindavan? O son of Nand Maharaj, we request you to counteract the injustice. We are your servants and are very respectful towards you. But if you persist, we will complain to the king of Vrindavan.
wearing a necklace on his chest and enjoying the comical situation. Krishna smiled gently and said,
O my dear, love-saturated gopis, it does not befit you to speak like this. Indeed, if you are really my servants, then you must do as I say. Why can't you follow my sincere and pertinent instructions meant for your benefit, whether an order is agreeable or disagreeable? A servant must always obey the master's order. Therefore, the conclusion is that you should come forward and take your clothes. If you do not do what I say, I will not give them back to you.
those young unmarried gopis, the epitome of good conduct, had praised their beloved with sweet words and served that difficult to achieve Lord with great affection. Intensely eager to attain Krishna, they drank his ambrosial words with the cups of their ears. Because their love for Krishna had already matured over a long time, the gopis felt they could no longer ignore the harsh demands of this rarely achieved person. Although angry, the shy young girls were indifferent to it due to their deep attachment to Krishna. Agitated by the waves of prema, they took Krishna's order to heart and gradually moved towards the shore. The young girls covered their bodies with their long hair that hung to their feet. Surrounded by their curly dark locks, the lustrous lotus faces of the gopis looked like many small moons, encircled by the essence of darkness. The beauty of their eyes eclipsed the beauty of blue lotus petals. Their graceful movements conquered the gliding of elegant swans, and their faces defeated the splendor of golden lotus flowers. Their tender feet had become completely numb from the cold. They felt very shy, but due to the bliss awakening within, their skin erupted with tiny thrill bumps. Inside themselves, the gopis waged a war with the forces of shyness, trying to hold them back, and the forces of desire pushing them forward. So as they came up to the waist level in the water, they suddenly stood still by the scolding of the Saki, known as modesty. They joked with each other.
Osaki, you go first.
No, you go first.
Thin-waisted young girl, why not go?
Oh, no, you go first.
In that lonely place, Krishna greatly relished this splendid conversation. Glancing restlessly here and there from the corners of their eyes, the gopis came to the river's bank with great difficulty. Shri Krishna, the supreme relisher of ras, looked at the young girls with astonishment and cleverness. Being overpowered by shyness, they hid behind each other while trying to cover their private parts from his curious gaze. To those qualified gopis, whose hearts burned with an intense desire to serve him, Krishna said,
O Sakhis, why are you afraid of me? You are standing there in a confused state, as if you are not the least bit attracted. Sitting in the limbs of this tall tree, I can easily see you. On the pretext of morality, you are trying to cheat me? Now stand in a straight line, come before me, and exhibit your splendid beauty. By following my instructions, it will be very easy to get your clothes.
the Vraja Kumaris attentively listened to the pleasing words of Krishna. Overcome with feelings of love, respect, and hesitation, each of the gopis slowly moved toward their beloved Lord. Krishna relished the purity of their love while observing their state of embarrassment. Putting their clothes on his shoulder, Krishna smiled as he drank the nectar from their sweet, loving faces. In an affectionate voice, he said,
It is very inauspicious to stand here with your hair hanging loose and disheveled. It is specially offensive for one performing a vrata. What to speak of a person observing a vrata? Even an ordinary person keeps his hair tied. O girls, whose sweet faces conquer the moon, you should tie your hair in a braid.
Upon hearing Krishna's clever, pleasing words, the gopis lost all apprehension. Overwhelmed with prema, they slowly rose out of the water. Their golden thighs radiated a special type of effulgence. The ankle bells on their pink lotus feet resounded like an army of quarreling ducks. As the young girls stood before Krishna, they pleased him with the fickle sounds of their bangles. Their hair stood on end as the gopis relished the moment with nervous laughter. Desiring to please the Lord, they tied up their hair in artistic ways. Though satisfied, Krishna spoke as follows.
O girls, it is not right to stand before someone you respect. Even if you see me as an ordinary person, it is not right for you to stand before me. Therefore, come here and obey me by sitting on this pure seat.
For the gopis, these words flowed like nectar from the moon of Krishna's mouth. They felt relieved. But due to fear, they could not decide between right and wrong. They crossed their legs and placed their hands over their private parts. Krishna, smiling, spoke pleasantly.
O young ladies, this is not the proper conduct of righteous people. A person doing a vrata should never bathe naked in a water. By doing so, you have offended Yamuna Devi, the presiding deity of the river, and by playing in the water while looking at a bank, you have also offended the Devatas. Your offense, your offense can be mitigated because you are acted ignorance. If you really want to achieve the result of your vrata, then you must atone for your offenses by following my advice.
Seriously considering Krishna's proposal, the doe-eyed gopis thought,
We should do whatever the opposition suggests, but we cannot guess what he will say next. And if we do not comply, the result of our vrata will be destroyed. So what can we do?
while thinking thus, the gopis spoke among themselves.
We are afraid and doubtful about following his advice.
Though filled with great joy and fervor, the grip of timidity made the gopis apprehensive. Understanding their fatigue and mental condition, and seeing them losing their natural color, Krishna said,
O young girls, your glances fly hither and thither like the fearful eyes of the chakora. Why are you raising such harsh argument? Please hear my words that can remove all the offenses made during your vrata. Can one quench his thirst without water? Without evening, summer without evening, summer without evening, summer gives no relief. Therefore, you should follow my order. You can wipe always all your sins just by offering your respect to me. If you do it with great faith and devotion, you will receive the desired result in many ways. O beautiful young girls, to counteract your offenses, you should stand before me with straightened legs and offer obeisances while placing your joined palms above your head.
casting aside their shyness. The gopis obeyed the words of their dearmost lover. With half-closed eyes, they held their joined palms above their heads and offered respects to Krishna, who made them act just like toy dolls. The gopis pacified Krishna by standing humbly before him, with their heads hanging down. As Krishna's prema-filled heart melted, a nectarian smile perfumed his lips. Glancing at the young girls, he revealed his desires by saying,
You have greatly pleased me, and I feel the utmost limit of love for you. Dress yourself in your clothes, which are redder than pomegranate flowers. May you drown in the ocean of ecstasy according to your individual taste of love.
After saying this, Krishna extended his hand to give each gopi her respective clothes. The good fortune of the Vraja Kumaris far surpassed that of the goddess of fortune. Holding their shimmering dresses in their hands, the gopis looked like clusters of golden lotuses bedecked with flags. They appeared very beautiful and ready for the play of love. Then they carefully put on their clothes that were nicely scented from the touch of Krishna's lotus hands. Glancing shyly at Krishna, their golden lotus faces bloomed with beauty. Their bodies trembled pleasurably from the excitement of finally achieving his association. And tasting the topmost happiness, the gopis stood there steeped in affection. Even without touching Krishna, they felt his powerful embrace. Abandoning his gravity, the young prince of Vrindavan spoke compassionately to the young girls.
I knew everything before the desired tree of your determination sprouted. I have performed this astonishing pastime just to increase your love. By ordering you harshly, I tested the purity of love attracted to me. You submissively obeyed my beneficial order, and therefore I have manifested eternal love within your hearts. Your desire is pure, externally existing, and laden with rasa. I reciprocate differently with people in the mundane world, but if a pure hearted person displays such intense desires, I will transform them into prema. Even Lakshmi Devi hankers for the love that you have so clearly displayed.
After hearing Krishna speak, the thoughtful girls appeared beautified with the sweet fragrance of the wine of fickleness. Accepting the words of the dearmost as truth, the gopis experienced both immeasurable joy and agitation due to their intense longing for Krishna. Then the gopis cried tears of happiness, and without responding to Krishna, just stood for some time with a bewildered look in their eyes. Now that the vrata was finished, the gopis felt so charged with love and incredible bliss. They murmured among themselves with voices as sweet as cooing birds. Krishna continued.
Now return to Vrindavan. Soon we will enjoy together during a festive night. You have attained eternal perfection, so stop whispering like thirsty chataki birds.
With their sidelong glances and lips trembling in love, the gopis appeared to be covering Krishna with a shower of blue lotus petals and newly unfurled leaves. Pacified and pleased, they then returned to Vrindavan with great difficulty.
Thank you so much for this beautiful reading. Now we will actually take a bath in the Yamuna with our minds, and we will, once we are into the water, we will try to remember all what we have heard on these pastimes, or whatever picture, whatever emotions, whatever feelings we have heard from this pastime. So please, you can offer your obeisances first, and then slowly enter the Yamuna water. You can take 3 slow and deep dip in the water. You can feel how the very sweet and loving water of the Yamuna is caressing your body. Now try to recollect what you have heard from these pastimes and pay special attention into the emotions experienced by Krishna and the gopis. You can slowly come out of the water. Grateful heart for the possibility today to go in Cira Ghat, think about this. There are actually very beautiful points that are mentioned about this pastime in the lecture of His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj. And just for the end, I would like to mention some of them. The first one is actually a point on eagerness to obtain Krishna. How eager were the gopis? They were following this very intense vow, and then they got the process, how it went away. Then they received the process from Brinda Devi. They were doing visualization of their future marriage. They were focusing on their goals, and they had actually a lot of intensity. And our desire to achieve Radha and Krishna needs to be intensified. If our desires are lukewarm, then it's very, very difficult for us to reach this exalted goal of pure love for Radha and Krishna. If we think that our tiny desire will be enough to reach the highest goal, then we are cheating ourselves. This is from Bhaktivedanta Maharaj. So Maharaj said the path of sadhana is the path to intensify our desire. All difficulties are there to make our spiritual desire strong. There is another point of surrender that the gopis had actually to go beyond keeping their vows. They were doing their vows, they were doing their practice, but Krishna was asking them to go actually beyond, to go into the realm of surrender. And there is, I think it's from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, when the gopis were inside of the water and Krishna was asking them to come out, one gopi said to the other, I think if we want to please Krishna, we need to leave aside our self-interest. And so this is actually very much this point of surrender. Giving up the clothes is like giving up the outer covering of ourselves. There is a point of honesty, and Maharaj speaks about do it with a smile. That Krishna actually said, you come out of the water dressed with your smile. May your smile be your dress. And this means that here I am, I have so many defects, but I'm actually not trying to hide them. But still I am smiling. Even though I have so many shortcomings, still I'm coming out of the water. I'm not trying to hide anything, but I'm just keeping smiling. We should take the difficulty that Krishna sent us with a smile in our life. There is a point of humility, and there actually Bhaktivedanta Maharaj said the only way to become humble is to undergo difficulties. And those who did not go in their lives through much difficulties are often struggling with being too proud. And at the end, there is a very beautiful verse that is written by Shukadev Goswami or spoken by Shukadev Goswami at the end of this pastime. And Shukadev Goswami said that, like if you have grains and you fry the grains into oil, those grains will not be able to grow anymore. You can plant them in earth, they are finished, they will not grow anymore because they were fried. So Shukadev Goswami said at this end of this pastime, by hearing the pastimes of the Lord, this will fry the seeds of material desires in our hearts. So by hearing about the pastimes of Krishna, seeds of material desire that are bound to grow and fructify, they are actually fried, they are actually reduced into powder. So that was what we tried to prepare. Tomorrow is actually the actual day of the Purnima, and this pastime take place actually in the morning. So you might like to rethink about, to collect, to treasure some of what you have heard today, and try also to recollect them tomorrow morning. I will send you, if you like, in the chat this very, very beautiful lecture Bhaktivedanta Maharaj he gave a few years ago, all on this pastime, if you want to listen. And yeah, we were very grateful, very happy to take you to Cira Ghat and to have a time of reflection and times of hearing those beautiful pastimes. Yeah, Vajanti said if any one of you would like to share some experience from today's session, please feel welcome to unmute yourself and give a sharing. Banunandini.
Yes, so I really, really want to thank you for taking us to Braj and to taking us in such a beautiful way, Gorahari and Vajayanti. It was really like a nectar shower for the soul, and especially when we are, returning from Braj or coming to the West to do our service. This is so, so, so sweet and special, and I'm so happy that I could find the time. And also the way how you did everything with offering obeisances, seeing the images, getting into the atmosphere, then hearing from you, setting the stage, then reading the pastime, taking baths, meditating. I mean, really, like, this is so nectar. And I will definitely share with, many of my friends and your friends also. So to invite them to participate. So thank you so much. You really gave us an amazing gift. Really. Thank you.
Thank you. We feel also very grateful because without having this session today, we will most probably not take as much time we took to prepare everything, and that actually brought us in such a deep meditation. And yeah, it's we feel also very happy for your participation, your wonderful reading, and yeah, Krishna willing, we will have many more sessions like this. So please take this with you, and we will keep in touch on the chat for the next session. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Radhe Shyam.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much,
very
Guru.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Hari
you.
Bol. Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
everyone.
Hare
Radhe
Krishna.
Shyam.
Thank you.